Hello everybody, it's Moth. I'm back again with another Anomic mission. The current one I'm going to be showing you today is the Anomic Agent for the Serpentis Burner. Serpentis Burner is probably one of the hardest individual Anomic agents. As you can imagine, he has a web, he has blasters, and he flies a Daredevil. So he puts a lot of damage down very quickly. The reason I want to show people this video is it's, again, very lucrative, around the similar kind of reward. So we're getting that 114, 115 million-esque for this particular burner, and that's across all of the teams and all of the burners. The ship I'll be doing it in is the Nergal, and I'll have a quick look at the fit now. Okay, so here's the fit. Put it up on the screen so you can get two different views. So what makes the Nergal so good is the damage that gets put down by the Triglavian guns. Again, I won't go into detail, but if you have a look on YouTube, Triglavian guns start off at a very low DPS, as you can see there, 131 DPS, but very quickly will ramp. For every cycle the gun ramps, it amplifies its damage, and then it ramps again, and it amplifies its damage. This should be hitting about 550 DPS before the Serpentis Burner is put down, which is a lot of damage for a frigate. In the mid slots we've got two webs, and that's really just to keep the Daredevil kind of at range and being able to kind of maintain that approach. We have a capacitor battery, which is to run our tank. We have a kinetic hardener. As you can imagine, the Serpentis blasters are going to be doing a lot of damage, but we always overheat this hardener, and we keep the hardener overheated the entire time. We do run the repper constantly, and if I'm feeling uncomfortable, depending on how quickly the damage comes in, I'll overheat the armor repair for just a couple of cycles, nothing major. In the rigs we have thermal reinforcer and we have a kinetic reinforcer. As you can see there, if I overheat my kinetic, we have 84 and 87 resist with my skills, and I believe I've got +5. I'd need to double check, but I believe I've got +5. The fit is not necessarily tight. It is an expensive fit. This one comes in at 801 million. Again, I do these in nullsec, so you know, having this on the line, I wouldn't do this otherwise. I'll kind of go on to the reasons why I've got nanos and a mobile depot after the mission, but it's essentially just for travel, really. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the mission and kind of discuss what we're going to do, and I'll talk you through it, and then once I've got the damage down, I'll fast forward the footage, and then I will see you after the burner has died. Okay, see you in a second.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so we've got the Daredevil here, so we start locking him up, we press approach, and then we double web, and then we put our guns onto him. Okay, my hardener's just about to overheat now, which is perfect, and that's it. So once you've actually got approach on the Daredevil, you don't really need to do much. He's desperately trying to get away from you using his lasers, and of course you're trying to get as close as you can using your Triglavian guns. The damage I have does 18 kilometers, so he's well within my range. I'm going to stop overheating my guns. You don't need to do that, that was a mistake. And yeah, okay, I'm going to fast forward the footage, and he should die relatively quickly. Okay, and that's the Serpentis burner completed and killed. We're going to approach the wreck as always in all of these missions, just in case there's any loot. And just to recap on how we do that. So we have a double web Nergal with mystic damage, which shoots up to 18 kilometers. We have an armor repair, a kinetic hardener, and some damage, as well as a cap battery to keep us stable or stable-ish while we run this tank. All you do is get in, target the burner, press approach, double web him, and start shooting your guns, and just make sure that your hardener is overheated. This is the reason why, specifically on this fit, I will always carry paste. Here's a word of warning: try not to overheat your Entropic disintegrators on the Triglavian ships. They are extremely hungry when it comes to nanite paste. That's using 28 just for 6% damage. There's nothing in the wreck, so that's the mission completed. And as I mentioned before, why do I have 4 nanos in the cargo and a macro warp drive? Okay, so what I've got here already is a bookmarked mobile depot, and I'll warp to that now.
Warp drive
I
active.
have around Fountain mobile depots in all of the systems that I do particular burner missions in, and I use them as a mobile refitting station. It essentially allows me, and if I just simulate, it essentially allows me that when I'm not doing the mission, this is what my Nergal will look like. Like that, and actually if we open up this container here, so my Nergal now has a macro warp drive, 4 nanos and a cloak. So if I turn off the macro warp drive, it will align in 1.79 seconds. If I turn on the macro warp drive, it'll go 3.4 or overheated 4.8, which is incredible. You also have a cloak, which is really good for kind of safing up and you know, letting a fleet pass you by. It's an expensive ship, so you don't want to use it, and as much as some people think this is cowardly, 800 million-esque, why lose it when you can certainly keep it safe? These mobile depots are very handy. They're spread out across Fountains. If I show you quickly bookmarks in my mobile depots, you'll see here I've got mobile depots spread through all of these systems that burner missions take me to, and all you've got to do to keep them alive is access them within 30 days. If we have a look here, it will tell you on the attributes. This was accessed 11 minutes ago, which was when I entered the system to start this mission and get set up. And if I use this now as a mobile refitting station, if I actually change my fit physically, not just simulate it, and if I have a look again at the actual information, what you've seen here is now 29 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes. That meant 14 seconds ago I accessed the mobile fitting station. So as long as you do that every 30 days, they will always remain in place. If you don't, however, keep your bookmarks, warp to them, and like you've seen here, I always carry spurs just in case one of them expires. Okay, that's been the Serpentis burner and a little bit of a guide on how you particularly fly around in an 800 million-esque Nergal in nullsec and generally don't get caught. If you've got any questions, please leave them below, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.